All right, let's go over the vacuum and stuff. I'm in California, so I have everything here. I have all of that. But anyways, so the first step to figuring all of this out, it's a lot, is knowing what these parts are, right? So you don't have to know what exactly they are, but you have to know where they are. So, well, I guess you have to know what they are anyway. Anyways, so the air control valve, the air pump, there's the air filter. Don't forget about the air filter. It's a big old circle here with these two guys right here. So it's this big old circle with these two guys here. And that has its own things. I'll go over the air filter right now. But anyways, the carburetor, there's the PCV, the CTOs. There's one there, one here, and one right here. The CTO, Spark CTO, HDC CTO, and the dual CTO. There's the manifold vacuums right there, right there, right there, and then I have another one on the engine, but I think I'm just gonna plug that one up because I don't remember where it goes to. There's the air canister, the fuel charcoal canister. There's that, and so yeah, and then there's like these little check valves here, and this non-linear valve. So the first step is recognizing where everything is. So obviously the air control valve and the air pump. So the air pump is down here, the air control valve's right there, right? So then we'll go to the CTOs. There's 3 of them. So here's one here, and then there's another one here down there, the yellow right there. It's another one, and then the last one is right there in the back, right there. So you can see that one of those, that one right there, is just empty spot. So you can't plug anything in right there, right? So if you look at these, it shows that. So that's the dual CTO in the back. See, there's like one that's capped, so then nothing goes there, right there. So these things are pretty simple. So like that's the top little port, that's the middle port, and that's the bottom port right there, and then that's where it screws into the intake manifold. So again, the top, the middle, and the bottom ports. So this top one here, for example, goes, and you follow it around, and it goes to the middle one on the Spark CTO. So here's the top right here. It goes here, and it's kind of hard to see right here, and then it plugs into the middle one on this Spark CTO here, and so on and so forth. So if you look at this one back here, this is the side with that blank one, right? The one with the cap on it. So there's 3 on this side and 2 on the other side, right? So this one right here goes to manifold vacuum on the side with 3, right? So just to show you, go over here to this side of the engine. Okay, so see, there's 3 on this side, the capped one, and then 2, and then 3 right there. So the cap, the 1, and then, or the 2, and then the 3, and then this side only has 2 right there. So that's how it is. So this one goes straight to manifold vacuum, and you can, it's hard to see, but right there. So it comes, I have it, because it's like these ports don't match up, so like this is a smaller one, so, and then I have it go to a bigger hose here, straight to the manifold vacuum right there, you know. So it's literally just a small little right there. So there, I have a manifold port right here, I have one underneath here that you can't see there, and then I have another one up here, right there, right, and then yeah, so the PCV valve comes off of this little elbow in the back. It's a metal elbow. Sorry, this is horrible. You can't see shit. Okay, metal elbow in the back there. Right there. And it goes right here, and then it comes to this PCV valve right here, and then I have it 90'd to the back of the carburetor, which if you look over here, they just show it in a straight line, but it goes right to the back of the carburetor. So, and it goes right there. Right there is the back of the carburetor, right? And so you just kind of follow along. So if you look right here, this like purge valve, I'm just kind of jumping around. This one goes, you just follow it all the way over, and it tees into the one side, the inside port on this dual CTO here, and it tees into the air filter, right? So the air filter is right here. It tees into this one, right? Because it tees into the one on this side, yeah, the one closer to me, right? And then that one comes out and it goes to the EGR. So this one right here, the line that I just went over, it's the purge right here, and it goes all the way over to this inside one, right? Remember, it was the inside one, and then it tees. So I have it right here in a little T, and it's gonna plug into that one on the right there, and then the one on the left is gonna plug into this one right here, which is the EGR valve, right? And then and that's pretty much that right there. So then there's also ports on the bottom here, and those on the diagram are right here, right there. This is the air filter here, the big old circle, and then this little filter right here. See, there's a little mini check valve. So that goes into manifold vacuum, and then it tees into this guy right here. See, manifold vacuum, and then there's a T, and it goes to this guy right here. And then the other port on that thing comes out, and it just goes to the other one right here. So that right here, so this is the other one right here. It comes and it just goes. Let me take this top off because I keep dropping it, and I gotta go dropping it again. Okay, so this one goes to this port here. See, and it comes to this front one just like that. So the front one, and it just goes to the one side, right? So it goes right there. This other one has this valve on it, and it goes to the back little chinga here. And you can see there's a little mini valve off of that one right there. And then it goes into manifold vacuum. So I have this T here. So this part is gonna go into manifold vacuum, and I have a little hose back here, right, this one right here, for manifold vacuum. So that's gonna plug into that right there, and that's just behind. And see, the manifold vacuum is right there, and yeah, so on and so forth. So you just take the time. Oh, here's a kind of confusing one here. Let's do this. And so I'm just kind of trying to go through this so it's not like too fast. I mean, too slow or too fast or whatever. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But the non-linear valve, right? So the non-linear valve is this guy right here. This is the non-linear valve. So if you look at it, it's kind of got this weird shape to it. And it kind of, you know, if you look at it, it kind of has like you can see that right there. See that? So it's like that. It's kind of like got this extra little thing that comes down at the bottom. So that's how you look at that, right? So it's got that extra little thing that comes out here at the bottom. So that tees into the bottom spark CTO and the side of the carburetor here. So this bottom one here, move this lid again. This bottom one here, this is the bottom one right here, right? This one right there. So this one tees into the bottom spark CTO. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see that here, right there. But then it also, it's got a T on it. So it comes in right, I need like a screwdriver or something to kind of point at things. It comes in right there, right? And then it also tees, there's a T under there, you can't see it. And it goes right here into the side of the carburetor there, right? Okay, so then the other one, so then obviously that's the bottom one, so you know which is the bottom one. So the middle one now tees into this line here that goes to manifold from the carburetor. Oh, I cannot remember what it's called, but anyways, right here at the bottom, right here, right there. Sorry, you're gonna have to like flip your phone around. But right there, upside down, perfect. Right there, it goes, not that, no, that's a plug. Right there, it goes there, it goes to manifold, it tees to manifold, and then it comes out, and it goes to right here, which is the valve, the air control valve. Right, it goes to the top. So here's the other port for the other air control valve right there, and that one goes to the dual CTO all the way in the back over there. And then back to the non-linear valve. The top one now just goes. It's got that, and it goes to the top of the spark CTO here. So the top of the spark CTO here. Move that. Top of the spark CTO here. This top one goes. Here's the valve right there, the purple valve, and it goes directly to the top of this, the non-linear valve. So, and that's kind of how it goes. Sorry if this is kind of confusing. I'm just kind of in a hurry right now, but yeah, that's basically how it goes. So I'll kind of go over this diagram one more time. It's so the non-linear valve, that's the top right there, that's the middle, that's the bottom. These CTOs, this little point right here, the little point is the top, the middle, the bottom. That's where it screws into the intake manifold. Same thing on this side, top, middle, bottom. That's where it screws into the intake manifold. And then you see the T in to here. Here's the manifold vacuum. Here's a manifold port right there, even though it doesn't have an M. Here's another manifold right there. That one does have a little mini M. Here's another CTO there. There's the side with 3 on it. And there's one that's capped off, and then there's the side with 2 on it. Don't forget about the air filter here. There's the little port, the 2 ports on the back of the air filter there, and then there's the 2 ports on the bottom of the air filter right here. And then these are the 2 little chingas right here on the front of the air filter on the top. And then don't forget about the PCV valve. Comes from that elbow, kind of 90s and then 90s into the back of the carburetor. And the carburetor itself, so this is crap, what is it? Manifold vacuum and ported vacuum. So this is like ported vacuum right here, right? And then but it's got a port right there, it's got a port right there, port right there. This one goes directly to manifold, and then this one goes all the way back to the dual CTO in the back there. See that? Right there. And yeah, once you start kind of doing, and then don't forget about the if you have the fuel or the charcoal canister, each one of those has a thing. This one goes to the fuel tank, which is why it's cut off there. But this one has the vapor separator, and it goes to this little bowl vent valve, and then it goes to your carburetor there. And then yeah, it's pretty simple. You just got to take the time to kind of figure it out. These are just for the air control valve right here. So like this one goes to there, right there, and so that's basically this line right here, this big old line right here, that all the way to this side, and that's just these little emissions air control thingies right there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I kind of went over it super fast. Once I get this thing running, maybe if you guys are interested, I'll go through like a more slower, maybe I'll clean this up because I have a lot of 90s like this. I have a lot of 90s in there and a lot of this and a lot of, just random shit because I just threw it all together. But, which makes it more confusing in all honesty. But, yeah, if you guys are interested in a longer, more in-depth video, then I'll do that. But until then, just kind of go over this, and you'll be fine. Take it slow.